Hello and welcome back to the series on how to mod a car in Photoshop. We will be using the same methods that we used in the previous video, so I strongly recommend you to watch the first video so that you can understand better what I'm doing right here. And it will also help you to improve your Photoshop skills if you learn the basics first. Since I've already covered it in my first video, I'm going to fast forward this part. Okay, we have reduced the ride height, but in this case, as you can see, there are other problems. In Swift it was quite easy after that, and we just had to warp the bumpers. But in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to change bumpers. We are not going to use the stock bumpers at all, but as you can see, there are some disturbances over here and over here, so let's fix that. And to fix that, we will use the lasso tool and just select this area which looks odd. So you select that much, then you wait, let's just make a proper selection here. Okay, this looks good. Now you can either go to edit, fill, or you can just press shift and F5. You will come to this window, fill window, and yeah, I don't know by default where it will be selected, maybe background or foreground, but we need content aware. Content aware. Okay, select that and hit OK. It fills it in. Okay, it's not perfect, so let's select a bigger area so that it has some reference to work on. Shift F5, content aware is selected, and enter. That's worse. I'll just take the shadow into consideration and shift F5. Yep, that does it. If it looks really bad, then just use the clone stamp tool, reduce the size, sample this color over here, put it in, reduce the size, sample, put it in. Already looks better there. Since it's dark, people won't notice it that much. This part looks irritating, but it's okay. We are going to change the side skirts as well. Okay, now that that's covered, yeah, over here this looks weird. We need to take that out. We're going to use the same method, content aware. Select this weird part. As you can see, content aware is a really useful tool which helps you blend in with the scenery around it. It's just like a chameleon trying to blend in with the surroundings. So shift F5, content aware, hit enter. Okay, see, already looks better, and there you have it. So this is our round one of this. Is basically what we did in the beginning of the first video. Now we are going to add new bumpers. So this is where the actual part of the second tutorial starts. Now you can go to Google, and now since this is a sedan, you can search for any cool sedan cars, but I suggest searching for high resolution images so that when you are going to crop some parts of it, the resolution is not lost. And because when you go lower and lower, you can see the pixels more. So if you have a high resolution picture, even though you're taking a part of it, it'll still remain clear. This picture was clicked by a DSLR, so I can zoom in a lot, and you can see the clarity is still crisp. You can see the fine details. I can even go further, and when I go this close, you can start seeing the disturbances. See, until I zoom in, this close, still fine. So better the resolution of the picture, easier the edit. So here is a picture that I downloaded from the internet. Not as good as this picture obviously, because this is way beyond 1080 and this is around 720, but I think we can make do with it. What we're going to take away from this car is the front bumper and the side skirts. We are going to select this bumper, take it off from this car and paste it here in this place, because this bumper looks old and it's filled with scratches, white paint. It's an old car, you know, and there's some, I don't know, this looks like shit, but let's take that away, or let's cover that up in better words. So all you have to do to get this picture here is just go to file, click on import, or not import, open. When you click on open, you can see all the photographs. Just go to your folder, respective folders, click on the selected picture and it'll open up, and there'll be tabs here and you can select the tab that you want. So we are here and make a selection around the bumper of the car. Now that we're done with the selection, hit Ctrl C to copy the selection, because if we select the move tool and move it around, it is not lost because we duplicated the layer here. So if you didn't duplicate the layer, just hit Ctrl C so that nothing is lost. Otherwise, duplicate the background layer and then click and drag using the move tool. I hope I'm making myself clear. Okay, now what you have to do is click and drag and bring it here and place it here, or hit Ctrl C, come to this tab, to your original tab, and hit Ctrl V, so that pastes it in the center. Hit Ctrl T again to transform, hold Alt and Shift as you resize it to maintain its proportions. Release the click first and then release Alt and Shift, hit enter. So as you can see, it is proportionate. The size has been increased gradually. Now we need to place it in such a way that it looks good. For now, where you place it, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take this part as the reference. I'm going to place it there. Make sure no part of this bumper is visible. So this looks like yeah, this looks like a good place. You can see that this part is exceeding. So hit Ctrl T to transform. What you see here in the center is the anchor point. So if I want to rotate it, it's going to rotate about this axis or about this point. See, it's going to rotate like this. Now but I don't want to rotate it like that. I want to rotate it along this point over here, because that's going to be a reference. Now if I rotate it, it's going to rotate like this. This is what we want, right? So make the necessary rotations or whatever is required. So I want it somewhere around here. Yeah, there. Now again hold Alt and Shift and try to bring it closer, somewhere around there. That is cool. and hit enter. You can see some disturbances here. We need to fix that. Let us fix that. Okay, our cut was not clean enough. You can see some black things over here. No need to worry. Make a selection and hit delete. As you can see, whenever you paste something from another photo into a new photo, into something else, so what we did here was we took a part of this picture, and we pasted it here. So what Photoshop automatically does is that it places it in a new layer. It automatically makes a new layer and puts the piece in that layer. So if I hit delete, only that part is deleted, and it does not affect our original photo. So we've taken care of that. If there's anything else like that, just make sure you clear it out. You can see how bad this picture is when you actually zoom in, but see, from the original point of view it looks clean. Control T again, and now we are going to warp it to make it fit in the right places. Right click, warp. Let's warp it. Let's zoom in. Okay, before we zoom in, those black things are really annoying. I need to take that out. This should do it. Okay, now Control T, right click, warp. Let's warp it. This part is fine, right? Okay, nice and easy. Nice and easy. This is what I wanted. There you go. Bring it this side a little bit, like so. You should stay right here, boy. No exceptions for that. There, there, and here. Wait a minute. Like that. Let's see how it looks. Cool, right? The perspective isn't matching, so let's match that. Control T, right click, perspective. So this is what we need to change. See, just see what matches better. No, I like this better. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Let's go back to this, and now let's select the skirt. Okay, this is the best I could clear up. Let's try to fix that. This size is too big. Let me reduce it. Yeah. Control T, set the anchor point over here. Reduce the size, rotate it. Let's see, just go like this. Reduce the size again. This is how it should be. Hit enter. It's not perfect. Let's see if it needs perspective. Little bit of perspective. Comes out a little bit, right? So I think this is fine. Just make the necessary arrangements, minor adjustments, and you're good to go. So, but we need to match the ride height as that of the front bumper. We'll warp it, bring it down this much. Support that, bring everything down by a lot. Make sure that the original body of your car is not seen when you are editing these at the corner. As you can see here, you can see parts of the car. Make sure that it cannot be seen. Okay, this looks good, right? We already lowered the car height, and yep, looks good, looks good. The rear bumpers are the only thing. The rear bumper is the only thing that is left. There's not much we can do with that. So I think we are going to just paint it. We'll just paint it. Make a new layer. Select the area. I know this is kind of obvious, but when you're editing your cars, make sure you know on what angle you'd like to work on. For example, the picture of this car has been clicked in this way, facing forward. In the camera was taken from a diagonal point of view. In the previous video we saw a more side-ish, like a complete sideways approach. The sideways approach is easier to add stickers because you don't need a lot of perspective there and you just see half of the car. But this is more like a three-dimensional view and needs a lot more work into it. So you better practice on that 2D approach where the car is facing sideways, completely sideways. Okay, now that you have selected it, let's start painting it. I'm going to use clone stamp tool. Current and below, yeah, make sure current and below is selected. So sample this, sample and put it in. We don't have much of a choice now, do we? So this will be for the bottom part. You to sample and then click again, sample again and then click, sample again and then click, not the other way around. And here let's take a lighter color, put it in. I hope it works. I'm running out of ideas. It's the first time I came across this kind of problem while editing. There's a shadow at the top, so I think let's go dark again. That's not a good place to sample, is it? Samples from here. It's calm and quiet. How does this look? Oh wow, that doesn't look bad, does it? Nope, it doesn't. Oh, not there, not there. Reselect. Select and reselect. And there, there. Not even doing anything. Can't see anything. I was doing something. Look at that 3D. I think I screwed it up again. Let me just patch it up real quick. It's back to looking 2D. This looks fine, but it's not straight, so it looks a little weird. Straighten that up. Yeah. Here now, since this is a small area, just take the brush tool, paint it in. Control D to deselect. It's really screwed up here, but I don't think. Do we need to erase it? Let's see. Oh, the eraser itself is giving the 3D-ish effect. Wow, something new to learn. Try erasing at the very edge just to get that effect. There you go. Looks fine. Looks fine. Looks fine to me. So all these are body works, right? Let's quickly group these layers. So you select the bottommost layer, hold shift and select the topmost layer, right click and click on just press Ctrl G. Yep, that turns it into a group. Double click on group 1 and rename it as body. It's better to rename all your layers. So let's see, what is this layer? These two are whatever they are. So let's compare. This is what we came up with so far. Okay, it's cool. Now as you can see, this car actually has a huge crack on the windscreen, so we had to put up this sticker to cover it up. Let's get rid of that, and we're going to use content aware again. Know which layer have we selected? I just selected group, so it doesn't matter. But we'll select layer 1 copy for that. Okay, this should do it. Shift F5, make sure content aware is selected and hit OK. There you go. Where's the sticker? Okay, that's bad. Use the clone stamp tool and fix that up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's cool. Here, here. That doesn't look all that bad, but we'll fix it up. We should fix it up. That's fine. That's fine, right? That's fine. So this is our car right now. See, you want to see the difference? There. Mighty Photoshop doing its action. Now we need to hunt for a spoiler. Ah, here it is. It's a full 1080p resolution picture. You can see the clarity instantly, and even if I zoom in, yeah, much better than the. It's better than this BMW over here. We need the spoiler. Let's cut it. Okay. Control C, Control V, Control T, enter, move it around, arrange it proper way. It's cool, cool, right? Let's put it in. Now we need to take this in. It's just black, but we can do that. But we need this. We will need this. Cool. Control C, Control V. There it is. Tiny little. Match it up to this size. I think it should be smaller. Let's see. Nope, same size. Okay, same size. Rotate it so it fits in. Yeah, that fits. Where can we put it? Somewhere over here. Looks too big. Bring it down a little bit. There. There you go. Now we need to connect it. Let's go to this layer. Slightly increase its size. Slightly rotate it. Slightly. We need to change the perspective in this one. That's why it's looking a little weird. Little weird. There you go. Yeah, that should do it. Oh, should be somewhere over there. Bring this down. How does it look? that can only be said by drawing this now. The brush tool. I'll create a new layer, and sorry about that, straight line. It should match. It's not matching. Go back to this one, this layer, and try to make some arrangements. I want to make sure I don't want to change this part of the spoiler. It looks good. Now all I have to do is take this layer, make sure this one will come over there, but since we clearly know that this is the seat, it can't be seen, so let's do that later. And now let's draw the brush, rest of the spoiler over here. Hold shift. Perfect. Let's draw that line all the way, so and from here, oh god, no, click here first, then hold shift from that point there. You can use the move tool to bring it down slightly. This is completely new layer, so don't have to worry much about that. I'm here, join this so that it can be fully covered, there to there. Okay, let's fill it in with black. It's the paint bucket tool. Fill it in. And in the spoilers layer, the rear bumper, this must be the spoiler. Rear spoiler. Cut this part out. Okay, and erase this part. Oh shit, not that, in this layer. Erase this part out. Reduce the opacity and see, this part is not to be played with. Let's clear that out. This part is the seat, so spoiler cannot be seen here. And here. It can be seen there. Cannot be seen here. Up to this point. Go to the spoiler layer and erase this part. You can hold shift and click to get straight lines. Oh, it isn't hard. I need hard. There you go. Oh shit. Some layer has it. Yeah, this layer. I'll get rid of that. See how cool it looks. We reduced the opacity, that's all. And the spoiler is ready. So let's group these layers. Control G. Rename this group to spoilers. 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 Okay, so group inside a group. This will help with the. This is what we have managed so far. Looks crazy, right? I mean, from nothing we came out here. Now that we have finished with the body of the car, let's start painting it. Now we'll have problems with coloring this car because it is white in color. When it's white in color, there's not much Photoshop can do to change the color. See? That's all it can do. So there's an easy fix to this, which is going to be adding color balance. Click on color balance, clipping mask. Just distort it to some color, something that is not white. That part is remaining white still. Okay. I'll keep this much for now. Then now click on hue saturation and try changing the color. You can get an yellow. Yeah, I'll hit enter, hoping it looks good. And now I want to let's tint the windows. Let's tint the windows now. Make a selection, make a new layer, make selection. I'm going to take my brush tool now, and you can choose any color that you want. I'm going to go with the something orangish. This color. Increase your brush size and just paint it in. Once that is done, go to the opacity filter over here and reduce it according to your liking. There you go, you have your very own tint, personal tint. If you don't like the color, just choose another color. I think I'll just go with black. Black tint. Yeah. Control D to deselect. You have your black tint. Now our car is almost complete. If you want to add custom stickers which you want to make by yourself, one easy way to do this is just click on the text tool, click anywhere on the screen, and before you start typing, make sure you set this high enough and choose a color. For now, let me go with black, 72, and you can select your handwriting over here. Handwriting, what's it called? Font. Yeah, font over here, and I will go with a simple one so that I can put in my individual artist name. This looks good. Yeah, this looks good. This is my individual artist name. I'm going to put this over here. To do that, we are going to use perspective again. Control T, right click. Oh, perspective doesn't work with text, I guess. So let's queue it. See, this is how you skew it and try to make it look like it's in 3D. Control T. And since it looks too bright for the image, just bring the opacity down a little bit. 89% should look good. And just put it where you want it. To group all of these three together. Okay, here's to compare. Thank you for watching.